Hello, I'm Mark Rutherford, and I'm running for chairman of the Libertarian National Committee. That's a very, very important job because the chairman is the leader. The chairman helps set the trend. The chairman works with all the other leaders that are involved in the Libertarian Party to move things forward. But you have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. When I was chairman of the Libertarian Party of Indiana from 2000 to 2007, we constantly had plans, from our property tax plan and reaching out and lobbying legislators to help change property tax in Indiana, to running more candidates, over 100, with less than a year, when Brad Klopfenstein, who was executive director at the time, and myself becoming state chair in the early 2000s. We had plans to do that, how to recruit. We had people like Sam Goldstein, good leaders like that, helping us recruit people. We had a plan. We had a small business initiative, which gave us a focus, something to achieve, something for people to look at and go, yeah, let me try that, or at least try parts of it to improve ourselves. And if you look at Indiana, Indiana has had a reputation for a very long time of getting things done, doing things, getting people elected, changing the culture of government in Indiana one little step at a time constantly. So that is what is so important, that you have to have a plan and you have to have a strategy. Why should you elect me as chair? Because I will bring plans. I will know what to do. I know what we need to do. We need to go out and get the media. You don't wait for it to come to you like it seems so much that we get, that it's just happenstance. You go out and network. You find the people who are in charge of the media, who make the decisions, and you talk to them, and whether it be at their clubs, their restaurants, the halls of Congress, New York City, Los Angeles, and you work to get them to start reporting on you. Brad Klopfenstein and I and many, many others in Indiana did this in the early 2000s. Just the other day, yesterday, I was interviewed by Abdul Hakim Shabazz on WIBC 93.1 radio, Indianapolis. Why? Because I met him in the early 2000s. He's media. We keep up the talking to each other, and occasionally he finds the Libertarians relevant. In fact, more than occasionally, we're on his show quite a bit. Why is that? Because we tell him what's going on, and we give him a good reason to say, hey, these guys are people we should be interviewing. But if we had waited for him to find out about us, he would maybe never found out about us. So you have to go out and do that. Now, you need to have plans, but what always seems to happen with the Libertarian Party, and if you look through our history, and you go back to 1988, is that during election years for the presidential nomination, people get really excited about that. Of course they do. It's very exciting. And our nomination process is an exciting one. And our numbers for membership and financial purposes bump up. But it seems like every year, without having the plans there to do something about it, to keep them at the high level, that they don't stay at that high level. The only exception was in the late 1990s when you had Project Archimedes, where we had a plan, where we went out and we recruited and tried to get more members, and we did. We had over 30,000 members at one time. Now, going back to June of 2014, we had 14,092 members. 14,092 members. By December 2015, we had 11,045 members. That's a 21% drop. Now, we have the presidential bump. The presidential bump that happens because people are beginning to go, oh my gosh, Donald Trump's going to be the Republican nominee maybe, and Hillary Clinton the Democrat nominee. That's awful. We've got to look at other places. And we had very exciting candidates who are still running, seeking the nomination. And it's increased. So that by the end of April, 12,461 people are now members, but we're still 11% below where we were in June of 2014. And this happens every year, it seems like, when there's a presidential election. I am the man to stop that. I am the person who can stop that by leading everybody and working with everybody, and again, working with other leaders. We've got talented people all through this party in the state affiliates and the Libertarian National Committee, but getting them to set plans, to set goals, to set metrics, and to reach them and to say, this is what we need to do. This is what needs to be done. That's very, 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 very important, and that you have to have a plan so that we don't drop again after the presidential race. Change is important. My gosh, the delegates over the years of the Libertarian Party have recognized that. We have a chairs election, a national chairs election, every 2 years, including the presidential race. Why did they do that? Why have our delegates through all the years done that if change wasn't something that they think should be considered during the presidential election? Change should be considered because we need to go and reach out the media. We need to do something about dropping membership and financials after the presidential bump that seems to happen, but then we bump again. We've got to change what we do. We've got to get the media for the affiliates so that affiliates can do their jobs way, way better. That's one of the more important things that the National Party can do, and that is be good at reaching out to national media everywhere, and making sure that there's opportunities for libertarians to talk about the good news of the Libertarian Party and what we do, and that we are winners. We have to do and have a plan to get people elected. We have to do what needs to be done. Every level, local, state affiliate, national affiliate has roles that they can play. The national affiliate can really play an important role, the National Party, again, by media, and helping the affiliates get name recognition, brand recognition, so that people know who they are so their candidates are listened to. But we also have to do it by our actions. All our publications have to be positive, cheerful about what the Libertarian Party is, the good thing about being a libertarian, how we change government when we get elected or appointed to office. That should be the focus coming out of our office. It can't be that we're just kind of changing things a little bit. I want to give an analogy on that. The analogy is you look at sports teams. Sports teams want to change something. They usually want us to be the winner, the World Series, the Super Bowl. They don't always go, well, we kind of changed things by having a new defense. We finished 26 out of 35 teams. That's okay. No, that's not acceptable to me. Changing the world with libertarians in office and appointed office is what we need to thrive for. We need to win our division and go from winning our division to winning our league to winning the World Series is an analogy I like to say. If you want change, if you want great leadership, if you want bold ideas, you want somebody who can lead people who have bold ideas and leadership and can get things done. I've shown I can do that as chairman of the Libertarian Party of Indiana, as chairman of the Libertarian National Campaign Committee, and I've been involved in chairs and presidents of many different organizations, nonprofit, of all types. So vote for me, and I appreciate if you would consider me. Don't forget to look at my website, www.mwrutherford2016.com.